HarperCollins presents Carnivore by Ahmed. Read by Vishnu Krishnan. Chapter 1. I always felt that I could stand up to any man, but I'd not factored in getting caught while in the nude. Boris and his boys knew where I lived and where I worked, so why they came to the gym is a bit of a mystery. Perhaps to show me how well they knew my routine, or to take advantage of the relative quiet of a dingy muscle shop in Little Italy on a Monday morning. Whatever their reasons, they found me waiting to get dressed, pustules of water forming dewdrops at the end of my hair. I was just out of the shower when Boris and his goons invaded my row of lockers like a Russian tank squad breaching the Suwalki corridor. "Looking good, Kash. Looking good," Boris smiled with a flare of crooked and yellowing teeth. Two men who flanked him wherever he went. I imagined them standing on either side of his bed, even when he was screwing $1,000 an hour escorts, mimic their boss's grin. The three of them sported the reddish skin and inflamed pores I'd come to think of as typically Russian. Boris as a physical opponent didn't scare me. He was a few inches taller, sure, but he was flaccid. I expected him to move at the speed of an overfed panda, but the goons were covered in tattoos as plentifully as the graffiti on the sides of a Bronx garage. Men who would willingly suffer so many pricks of a pointy needle weren't types you wished to tangle with. "You don't take my calls," Boris said, his arms slightly open, flexed at the elbows, palms upturned in false conciliation, unfriendliness clear in his yolky eyes. It seemed a miracle that such narrow apertures could receive any light at all. I didn't think Boris saw anything. He navigated purely by smell. I reached behind to grab a towel and held it in front of me, covering my vitals. "You don't call? I feel hurt," Boris said. "I thought we were like brothers." The fat flunky let out a noise, somewhere between a titter and a snort. The other one, the taller, skinnier, scarier of the two, whom I'd privately nicknamed Snake Eyes, remained impassive. An unknown gym member turned on a shower. The locker room was small enough that it soon filled with steam, adding to the dankness of the place, which reeked of a scent akin to an admixture of damp laundry and cat piss. A lone stranger in the shower, and oblivious to my immediate peril, spelled poor defense against my accusers. But in extremis, one takes inventory of even the tiniest resource. "My brother? I don't talk to him," I said by way of deflecting Boris's sarcastic, faux-hurt opening. This is not true. My brother, Hafiz, and I had grown apart before I had left home, but we had not stopped talking. Desis, and by that I mean all South Asians, and not just Indians, tend to stop talking to family, only when there is a property dispute. As it happened, I had no properties back home in Bangladesh. Not that I thought of Bangladesh as home anymore, but one can never escape all traits of one's origins, and despite our ever-widening differences, an unbreakable bond with my brother was one of my legacies. "See, that's the problem. You don't know how to respect people," Boris said, stepping closer to me, and taking my repartee in a different spirit. My locker was nestled in the corner of the room, with rows of green metal doors, extending on both sides, their surfaces scratched and dinged from years of rough handling by rushed members. "That's not true, Boris," I said, in an attempt at pacification. "Believe me, respect for you has nothing to do with the delays. We are actually that short. Business is that bad." Boris shrugged, as if to say, "Not my problem." "Listen, we're putting in a new menu. Antelope burger, Boris. People will go crazy for that. Things will turn around from this summer. I'm sure of it. Look, I'm not taking 1 penny in profits until we are paid back in full." Boris was unimpressed. I took a step back and wrapped the towel around my waist. During this procedure, I'd broken eye contact with Boris only for a second, but when I looked up, he was within arm's length. They would not kill me, I knew that. Not here, not with an idiot belting out "Livin' La Vida Loca" a few steps away in a
Sample complete. Ready to continue?